Hi everyone, welcome back. Today I am doing another informative video for you because I think that this is something that everybody needs to know. I didn't know this myself until one of the ladies, shout out to Betty, in my class, that she kind of discovered upon this, and I've never seen anyone use this technique. So maybe I've missed something, but for a lot of people, this could be a game changer. Most people don't know how to fix mistakes in watercolor. We all know that we can try as best as we can to lift out color when we have a mistake. But then you worry about damaging the paper and getting the pilling. And so this, for me, is something that has by far I've seen the best results with. So I'm going to give you, to walk you through this by using two different papers. So this one is just a Canson paper, inexpensive. This is the 100% cotton Strathmore Ready Cut in the 5x7, and so I wanted some kind of different. I wanted to kind of get an area here where the colors are a little more intense. I've done this before where if somebody had to lift out black, and for it being black, where that's going to be your hardest color to take out, it did a really good job. So the first thing that's going to be crucial to this is your paper needs to be dry. So if you're in the middle of working on it and you try to do this, you're going to be more successful if you take the time to at least stop with a hairdryer or something and get that paper completely dry. As Betty suggested from her experience, she was trying to kind of clean up an edge where it got messy. And so if you need to isolate an area, you can kind of, if you know, let's say I like this part over here, but this part here just got all messy, so I'm gonna, so I can isolate that and lift this out. So dry paper, I'm gonna take this is just one of those magic erasers, and I'm going to dip it in some water. And so here, wherever my area is, if I start lifting that out, you can see when it starts transferring onto here. Hold that down a little better. So, like that magenta has a lot of staining. It's more of a staining color. So, like I said, the paper towels are mostly just to prevent me from getting what's on the other side. Okay, so here I can come in, lift off, and I can still kind of continue to come at this. And what I'm finding, and you guys know that the wood pulp paper can be really bad for kind of pilling up, but I had a little bit come off there, but I tell you that the paper is smooth. It's not pitted, it's not pilling, and I think I could come back over and repaint that with little noticeability. Obviously, a cotton paper is going to be better for lifting. So let me come in here. So let's say I'll kind of take this little darkest area here. And you might make a mess before it gets better, where it's, I'm just going to blot out some of that color so I'm not. Okay. And I can still come in and kind of blot this way and get out any residue. But this is going to be that thing for like big mistakes when you really have to come in and totally change something. The shape is wrong. You've got something out of place. Again, when you do this, you're going to want to let this dry before you come back and start painting again. But, you know, with handling this carefully, I mean, I've gotten color pulled out before, really with minimal kind of color residue left. You know, I can kind of keep working at this a little bit and probably get a little more of that out, do a little blotting. But again, if you look at the paper, for the amount of color that I've lifted out in here, I mean, that's pretty clean right in there, and you're not seeing that pilling as much from it. So I hope that this is something that you find is going to be helpful to you in your watercolor adventure. That way, if you don't find you're always frustrated, that it's hard to fix something, and maybe this will make a difference for you. I'd love to hear if you have a tried and true, you know, tip that somebody else might love to hear. If you can share that in the comments below. Be sure to like this video, and as always, I'd love for you to subscribe so you don't miss any content.